So I think that Tszyu is going to absolutely destroy Sebastian Fundora this weekend on Saturday. Can't wait for this fight, though, to be fair. But no, I think Tszyu absolutely going to wreck Fundora, to be fair. And, people saying that this is a better fight than Tszyu and Keith Thurman. I kind of disagree with that, to be honest with you. But I feel like, neither fights would have been competitive. But I'm not sure if this one's any better than the Keith Thurman Tszyu fight, to be fair. I think that Tszyu's going to absolutely destroy him, absolutely maul him, to be fair. Tszyu, real good technical boxer, sets the pace really well, and just does everything right, really. Defends himself well, got a good, solid high guard, with some good, solid head movements as well. Mixes up his punches really well. And, Tszyu just does everything fantastically well, to be honest with you. He's just a real good, complete boxer, to be fair. And there are talks of him, if he wins this fight, they could be fighting Terence Crawford, which could be an interesting one. But if we're looking at Sebastian Fundora now, he's literally got zero defense. Sebastian Fundora, zero defense. He's got good quick hands when he's coming at you, though, but he doesn't bring his hands back to his head, and that's going to be a massive downfall when you're facing someone with incredible boxing IQ like Tszyu, someone who picks his shots as well as Tszyu. It's an awful stylistic matchup for Sebastian Fundora, in my opinion. Awful for him, especially coming off a brutal loss to Brian Mendoza, who, by the way, Tszyu did beat in his last fight. Tszyu's going to do worse to Fundora than Mendoza did, 100%. And what Mendoza did to Fundora was bad. This one's going to be brutal. Fundora's getting brutally knocked out here, and it's not going long because leaves his chin really high up in the air and, just comes forward, letting his quick hands go, which, has done him good. Like, he's a powerful, quick puncher, to be fair to him. But he's not going to be able to get Tszyu out of there. Tszyu's, too good, too defensively minded for him. And Sebastian Fundora is just going to be there to be countered because he doesn't bring his hands back to his chin. At times, a lot of the time, Sebastian Fundora does make these basic mistakes. And I know Sebastian Fundora's had quite a while off now, a good few months off since that. I think it'd be about a year since that Brian Mendoza defeat to try and perfect things a bit more. But coming back when you're fighting someone against Tszyu, it's not going to do you any favors whatsoever, in my opinion. And fair play to him for taking the fight, Fundora, because it's a massively risky fight for him, which he will most likely lose. It's going to be hard to see where he goes from a brutal KO loss here, because I don't see him being able to beat Tszyu. He just hasn't got the style for it. He's not got the style for it at all. And, as Tszyu's been saying, Fundora is basically a height bully, but I don't even really see him being able to bully Tszyu. I feel, Tszyu's the stronger guy. Like, Fundora is not exactly strong. He's just a skinny, lanky guy for the division. So he's not exactly a strong guy. Tszyu's going to be able to rough him up, in my opinion, and, get on that inside and get those good body shots going. Tszyu's a real good pressure fighter who's going to cut off that room really well, and Fundora is not going to know what to do because he's not defensively minded whatsoever. He's going to start throwing a load of shots, trying to get out of the corners, and eventually he's just going to get hit with some massive overhands, big body shots as well. He's just not going to know what's going to have hit him, and who knows what his punch resistance is like now after getting brutally knocked out by Mendoza. Like, does Fundora even have the best of chins? Because let's be real, that loss against Brian Mendoza for Fundora was coming for ages. I think a lot of us were able to see that kind of thing happening, and it's going to happen again here. I just feel like, yes, it would have been ideal if I forgot who he's meant to be fighting now, but, I feel like if I just, an easier comeback in, like an easier warm-up fight coming back would have been ideal for Fundora, but taking a massive fight like this against Tszyu is not doing his career any favors whatsoever, if I'm being honest. I really don't think it is. Fundora screwed in this fight. I don't see this fight getting out of the, honestly, Tim Tszyu might want to take his time here. He might take his time and just, breaking down slowly. This is definitely, Tim Tszyu does like to take his time quite a bit, build his way into the fight, can start a bit slow, and then eventually build his way into it. So I feel like this fight isn't going to go past the 6th round. It's ending in those 6 rounds. I have a feeling Tim Tszyu might take 3 or 4 rounds to get into it. Rounds 5 and 6, it's going to be brutal. Fundora is going to be taking a big beating in those rounds. So yeah, I don't think that this is a good fight for Fundora coming right back into it. And for Tim Tszyu, it's perfect to get another good, highlight reel performance and a highlight reel knockout on there. Obviously, in his last fight against Brian Mendoza, he was going for that highlight reel knockout, but wasn't able to get it because Mendoza's got his chin's rock solid, let's be real. But yeah, this is a much easier fight, and I feel like this could be one of, the most simple fights of Tim Tszyu's career because Fundora's tailor-made for him. Fundora's just got that easy style for Tim Tszyu to be able to deal with, let's be real. And I don't see how people can have Sebastian Fundora winning this fight. Not that I see many people saying that he will, but, there's going to be some people out there who think Sebastian Fundora will be able to do it, but there's no way he can. He's not going to be able to rough up Tim Tszyu. And, the only advantage that Fundora has is his height. But, again, though, Fundora's height could be his downfall, especially when you're fighting someone like Tim Tszyu with the amount of shots he throws and how much he mixes it up with all kinds of shots. Really, and just so good at timing himself as well. Ridiculously powerful, quick with his hands as well. And cuts off the rim well, pressures you well. He's going to put Fundora in some really sticky situations. And it's going to be an even more difficult fight for Fundora than Brian Mendoza was. It 100% will be. So, yeah. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. Thanks for watching this video, King. I'll speak to you in a bit. Thanks for watching. Peace out.